Busy. I'm busy working. I'm busy working. Stop playing with Ab like he average. Stop playing with Ab like he average. Dirty young boy from the back block. I'm gonna stop playing with me like I'm regular, man.
I already took 13 shots, nigga. I don't know what it's for, you know why? Cause I kidnapped niggas, I robbed niggas, I killed niggas, I got a lot of shit I did.
You know, like a shoot and run, like that's a very serious situation. Like I'm assuming you know who the person is.
Actually,
that sounds very personal.
Actually, I never really find out who shot me because, well, I've been into a lot of shit. So I keep it all real. I robbed a couple niggas, took some bricks from some people recently, right? I don't make no money off rap. I extort people. I extort motherfuckers too. It's one of my hustles. Got shot a lot of times behind it.
It is what it is, man. Glock 40 ball. You know what I'm saying? Pocket full of chicken. You know what I mean? It's everyday shit with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't live like these niggas, man. Like, these niggas can just go to a club. That's why you don't see me at the club. If I go to a club, 9 times out of 10, I'm at the busting my ass, man. I probably shot their cousin. Probably shot their brother. I done went in areas, choppers hopping out veins and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, took over the territory, took over property, you know what I'm saying? Kicked niggas out houses and all that.
AHumbleSoul, man, we checking back in. Philly rapper Ab has been locked up in the feds for a few years now. He's been doing some interviews recently talking about his case, you know what I'm saying? How he's doing his prison time and all of that with the platform called Philly Fame. In one of the parts of the interview, he touched on the different interviews he did while he was out. You know, whether he was talking about how he used to rob or how he was robbing people, selling drugs, extorting folks, you know, kicking people out of cribs and taking them over. You know, he said a wide range of crazy stuff in different interviews prior to him getting locked up. And a lot of the stuff that he said, people alleged that it was used in court against him, you know, especially like the stuff he shared on platforms, major platforms like Vlad TV, where he talked about, you know, selling drugs or being in shootouts and all of that. But he revealed that none of his interviews were used against him, that it was pretty much somebody who was cooperating that brought him down. He said the only interview that was used in court was one that was in like 2013 or 2014. But aside from that, he said no other interviews were used during his trial.
The interviews didn't have nothing to do with how I got caught up. The interviews had nothing to do. This is how I got caught up. It was a liar named he was in Frankfurt doing whatever he was doing. He was committing all types of atrocities, and they started following him. And they followed him to one of my little hangout spots one day, and seeing me dealing with him, and they put a camera on the block. That's how I got caught up. In the mix of my conspiracy was a year long, right? I don't have really no interviews in that year.
You know, Ab, he's locked up right now at Big Sandy, you know, one of the most notorious prisons, federal prisons in the nation. You know, it has a reputation for having like stabbings every day, every single day. You know, back in 2021, Ab was sentenced to 45 years in federal prison after he was found guilty at trial, you know, for allegedly, you know, running a criminal drug enterprise in Philadelphia that also was used as a record label, you know, OBH, or Original Block Hustlers.
What's up, man? OBH Records, King Ab. I got my own record company. I signed myself. Check this out. There's $500,000 on the table, man. This is $500,000 on the table. I just feel like y'all got too excited when Birdman paid me my 200 grand. Like, that's some real money. I've been had that money.
I felt like y'all believe I was broke before I got that 200. This is $500,000. Huh? This is take money I bet. OBH Records, I got my own company. Huh? This is OBH Records. I got my own company. I'm independent for real. I'm independent. I signed myself. I don't have no boss. I've never had a boss in my life. King Ad, OBH, this is $500,000, man. Huh? You count it. Half a ticket, man. OBH Records, man. Y'all want to sign to OBH Records, man? Jump in my DM. I sign y'all tonight.
According to the indictment, you know, the Fed started investigating Ab and some other people around March of 2017, all the way up until June of 2018. During that time, the time of the investigation, OBH was responsible for transporting, you know, drugs from California back to Philly, moving it throughout the blocks in North Philly and beyond, you know, whether it was cocaine or meth, etc. Said they was also responsible for a lot of violence that took place and a lot of extortion. Ab allegedly ordered a hit on somebody, at least one person, according to a person that cooperated on the case who was once linked to OBH, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, they labeled Ab as the ringleader, man, as the head honcho behind the whole OBH crew. You know, during their investigation, the feds, they executed, you know, search warrants at multiple residences, multiple spots linked to Ab and OBH, and during those searches, they came up with thousands of dollars in drug money allegedly, as well as, you know, pounds of meth, kilos of coke, hundreds of grams of heroin. In November of 2019, Ab was convicted after he took his case to trial. You know, the trial lasted about 3 weeks. He was convicted of conspiracy to distribute controlled substances. He was also convicted of distribution or possession with intent to distribute cocaine, crack, and meth. Ab got hit with the 45 years, and since then, he's been locked up, you know, in the feds.
The thing about friendships is they never get tested. You could be friends with somebody for 20 years, man. Their loyalty never got tested, so you never know. You know what I mean? 20 years in, and you found out a motherfucker a snake, cause soon you got money, he broke in your back door. Y'all 20 years in, and soon you get a husband, she fucking. Y'all 20 years in, and your right-hand man fuck your wife. Y'all 20 years in, and soon y'all get locked up together, he tell on you. Friendships never get tested. They don't get tested, man. 20 years in, soon you come up, he breaking your back door and steal something. You never know he'll do that. Because loyalty don't get tested. Friendships don't get tested. So watch who y'all call your friend, man. Watch who y'all call your friend. They never get tested.
You know, Ab had a strong buzz in Philly on the street side as well as on the music end. At one point in time, he was linked to Cassidy. He got caught up in that whole murder situation that, you know, Cassidy was arrested for as well as him. He ended up beating the case. At one point in time, he signed to Cash Money, released a number of mixtapes, you know, put out different freestyles and videos, and collaborated with different people. You know, he beefed with Meek Mill at one point in time because he was like collateral damage from Drake, you know, when Meek and Drake were going at it, and Drake mentioned his name and it's, you know, his hit back to back. And you know, but you know, after that, things kind of, you know, cooled down. It didn't get too crazy, and him and Meek was able to come to some type of understanding where it didn't go too left, you know, although he did reveal in some interviews that there were a few altercations between their crews. But it was just interesting to hear Ab talk about how his interviews weren't used in court, man, for the most part, and they weren't what caused them to be convicted. You know, he said it was more so the guy testifying and cooperating on their case. But yeah, you know, Ab, man, he said some wild stuff in them different interviews, saying that he shot people, killed people, that he done, you know, sent hits, he done robbed, extorted, been shot because he was extorting people, you know, and the list goes on, you know. But and it seemed like around that time he was under the influence of like different drugs, you know, like whether it was pills or lean. He was opening, you know, his interview with Philly Fame that he's more so been cleansing himself and getting more into his religion. He's Muslim. He said he's been working out a lot and he wants to reach out to the youth to encourage them to take a different path, man, and not follow in his footsteps, because it's really not cool. So it's dope to hear it's dope to just know he has a change of thinking, a change in his mindset, man, and he wants to influence the younger generation to take a more positive route, as much as he can. But I just want to report on that, man. Shout out to everybody rocking with A Humble Soul. If you're not already, subscribe to the channel, hit the button ASAP. You know what I mean? Until next time, I'ma holler at y'all, man. 100.